Alrighty, folks, so we're going to break down Ray Dalio's most recent moves in this video, the stocks he's buying, what stocks he's selling, his top holdings, all that good stuff. But before we actually dive into it, don't forget to get up to 16 stocks from Moomoo, guys. Use that link down below, or just simply go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks, each up to $2,000, and fund it with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks. And listen to this, guys, fund your account at least $5,000 on top of those 15 stocks for a limited time. The clock's ticking. You also get a free share of either Tesla stock or Expedia stock, which makes this promo a no-brainer. So get on it. Use that link down below. And with that being said, folks, cheers. Let's talk about Ray Dalio. Again, his top holdings, stocks he's buying, positions he's closing out. Let's do that right now. Let me actually pull it up here on Chrome, guys. Give me a second. There we go. And if you guys don't know, this is Ray Dalio right here. He's one of the biggest investors, most well-known investors out there, and one of the most successful investors, period, of all time. He's up there with, Peter Lynch, Warren Buffett, of course, Munger. He's up there. He's up there in that camp with, of course, a lot of the other names that we're not going to mention everybody in this video, but Dalio is definitely one of those guys, right? And you guys know, if you know Dalio, you know, and everybody out there in the investing community, unless you're a beginner, which if you are, welcome to the community, but pretty much everybody out there knows Ray Dalio, and he runs this hedge fund called Bridgewater Associates, right? And Bridgewater Associates, if you guys can see up here, or if not, I'll just read it. You guys probably can't see it. But this is a hedge fund with 101 clients and discretionary assets under management, AUM, of 196, not million, but $billion. You guys heard that right, $196 billion. And you guys can see right here, if we come down, and let me actually zoom in a little bit. What the heck am I doing, guys? There we go. So these are his top holdings right here. Let me run through these very quickly, and in a couple of minutes, we'll go over, let me actually set up a little bit here, guys. We'll go over the new stocks that he just added to his portfolio, which I always love seeing what new stocks these super investors are buying in the moment based on, well, I guess the last, 13F filing or the previous quarter. Either way, it's pretty, it's pretty interesting data to get when, we get these 13F filings. So the number one holding for Ray Dalio right now in Bridgewater Associates is iShares Core S&P 500 ETF, right? 5% in the S&P 500, roughly $900 million in that. Then we have IEMG, which looks like it's an emerging markets ETF. That's 5.5% of the portfolio, roughly the same, $890 million. Let me actually come down here a little bit more. Then we have Procter & Gamble at number 3, $700 million position here, massive position, 4.3%. Under that, we have J&J, $526 million position. That's what, number 4? Number 4, 3.2% of the portfolio. Then we have Coca-Cola at $500 million, pretty much, roughly 3% of the portfolio. That's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Coca-Cola, and we have Pepsi under that. Then we have SPY again, which is the or not again, but it's a different ETF. We have the S&P 500 on SPY via SPY there, 3%, 2.8 of the portfolio roughly. Pepsi's 2.9%, $475 million. Then we have Costco and McDonald's and Walmart, companies like Starbucks. You guys can see, let me actually make my face a little bit smaller now so you can see all these different names. So it's not like any stocks that you don't know or you've never heard of. It's a bunch of big names: Starbucks, Walmart, McDonald's, Costco, SPY, which is an ETF, right? Pepsi, Coca-Cola, J&J. And the biggest difference that I notice, maybe not the biggest difference, but a key difference I noticed between Dalio and Buffett is Buffett has 51% of his portfolio in one stock right now, which is Apple, and Dalio doesn't have more than 5% in any stock, right? All his positions are pretty balanced. Yes, his biggest are IVV and IEMG and Procter & Gamble. Those are his top 3. But they each make about 4 or 5% of the portfolio, not 51%. So he's way more I guess you can say diversified than Buffett. That's the key difference that I'm seeing right now. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And let me actually transition now to the new holdings that he added to the portfolio, which honestly surprised me, especially this first one right here. Do you guys want me to read this? This is pretty interesting. He ended up adding, you can see it right here, guys, AT&T, ticker symbol T. He added $31 million of this stock, 0.2% of the portfolio. So mind you, this is a very minuscule, teeny tiny, amount of the portfolio, 0.2%, but still $31 million in AT&T. That is an interesting buy right there. And of course, if you guys have not been following AT&T, their stock's been destroyed. I mean, it was at $30. Now it's at 18, something like that. It's been destroyed. He also bought, or I guess Bridgewater. Either way, Dalio bought DoorDash as well. Micron, those are two other names, roughly 0.17 or 0.2% in DoorDash of the portfolio. $28 million, $13 million of Micron, $11 million of Spotify. Enphase, $11 million, which is one that I've actually been looking at. Enphase, he bought 65,000 shares of that. CMI, KLAC, which is another one that's pretty interesting. KLA Corp. What else did he buy here? Looks like he bought some MSI. Let me actually come down a little bit more. And these are all very small positions, right? Well, big numbers to anybody out there watching, but teeny tiny for assets under management of 180 billion or 70 billion, whatever it was. He's buying 2 million of this, 2 million of that, 3 million of that, 5 million of that. And the biggest, buy that he had, again, was AT&T, which is at the top here, followed by DoorDash, which is quite interesting. Interesting buy. I might have to look deeper into that one. And again, Micron, which is the third one here on the list. Now, let's go over here and see what positions he ended up closing out, if any. Oh, man, there's a lot that he closed out. Holy smokes, there's a ton that he closed out. Let's see what these are and what the biggest one is here in terms of size. Let's see here, guys. They sold a bunch here. So what kind of companies are these? Industrials, healthcare, finance, energy, consumer staples, discretionary, communications. So it's not like he's selling one particular sector. He's selling all across the board. But some of these names include, VRSK. Some of these I don't even really know. Verisk Analytics, Momo, Hello Group. Let's see, ViewRay, SYF. I mean, let me actually move my face a little bit over to the right here, guys. You can see all these different names that he ended up selling, or they ended up selling. Dow Industrials, these different ones right here. Let me actually see if I make this 50 per page. So it looks like here he sold way more than just that. Holy crap. So it looks like there's a lot going on with Bridgewater Associates. I'm not exactly sure how many stocks or the turnover in their portfolio or whatever. That might be something worth looking into. But overall, those are the key points. Again, he's buying AT&T, Micron, and DoorDash. Pretty interesting buys there. And he's pretty much spread evenly between the top couple of holdings here, and he's pretty well diversified if you ask me. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And by the way, if you guys like this type of content and you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. I appreciate you all as always. And don't forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, each up to $2,000. Use that link down below. And feel free to follow me on Twitter while you're at it, at StossRFest, or just type in Stoss Talk Stocks. You'll find me on there on Twitter, and that's also linked down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll see you in the next one.